Hey guys, in this video, we are going to learn what a percent proportion is, how to set one up, and how to solve it. Okay, so a percent proportion is really just an equivalent ratio that has a percent in it. We've already solved equivalent ratios before by finding out a multiplier between the two numbers or dividing by a number to figure out kind of like a missing piece. And it's the same concept here. Percent proportions are just a little bit different because percents are always out of 100. And so it really kind of makes it easier because we already know that one of the denominators is going to be 100 in our fraction. So this is how it always is going to be set up. Okay, we're going to have percent out of 100 on one side. And sometimes they'll give us the percent in the word problem. So if they do give us that number, it will have a percent sign next to it. And then we can put it over 100. On the other side, we have, it just says part over whole. So that represents a fraction. Sometimes they will give us the part and the whole in the word problem, and we need to figure out the percent. Sometimes they just give us the part and the percent, and we need to figure out the whole. And sometimes they give us the whole and the percent, and we need to figure out the part. So basically, they give us two pieces of information, and we need to find the missing part. Just remember that 100 is always underneath the percent. And generally, I tend to keep the percent over 100 on the right-hand side. All right, but this is how it's set up. Okay, we're going to go to the next slide. And we're going to do a practice problem. So it says there are 20 different places to get food at Universal Studios. 20% of them are ice cream shops. How many ice cream shops are there? So we're going to set it up using that format that we discussed on the previous slide. Okay, so we have part over whole equals percent over 100. So looking at some of the information that I'm given, I'm going to go ahead and pick a color. So I'm given 20%. Okay, it's not given to me as a number, but it is given to me in words. And so I know for sure that I have a percent here. I'm going to put my percent on the right-hand side. I'm going to put a percent sign after it, and I'm going to put 100 underneath it. Percents are always out of 100. Okay, so that 100 should always be underneath the percent. Okay, the other information they give me, it says there are 20 different places to get food. Okay, so this information is really talking about a total because it's not being very specific. You know, if it said there were 20 ice cream shops, then that would be a part, right? But because it's more inclusive, we're talking about a total. And so this number is a whole or the total, and it goes at the bottom. Okay. Just like, and I'm referencing here, you know, this chart, part over whole equals percent over 100. So notice how I put my percent over 100, and then I figured out that this 20 here was my whole, and now I just have to figure out the part. So the way we're going to do this is solve it as an equivalent ratio. Okay. So there are really a lot of ways that you could solve this. The easiest way, in my opinion, is kind of to divide. So I know that I can go from 100 to 20 by dividing it by 5. Okay, 100 divided by 5 is 20. And so then I can do the same thing up top to my numerator. So 20 divided by 5 is 4. And so 4 is the answer. 4 represents how many ice cream shops there are. So the answer is 4 ice cream. I'm just going to put would have been easier to do a text box, but that's okay. Ice cream shops. And there you have it. So this is how you set up a percent proportion and solve it. It's just like equivalent ratios. You guys can do this. All right, go to the next slide and work on the next one.